Welcome to High Five Wrestling. That was terrible. Oh well. All right. Raw from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
That's right.
That's more force than it deserved.
That's very true for a very lackluster Raw. But hey, to make up for the lackluster Raw, we're back with our reviews.
Yep. We have to apologize on behalf of the WWE, YWC. Oklahoma City sucks. We have to admit, we went to our second live show tonight, and first time, bullshit card, comes out, the crowd. Is it that hard to cheer during a match? I don't care if the match sucks. I mean, sure, we didn't have great matches. We didn't have good matches. We had like one kind of great match, but the crowd was dead most of the night. Most of their energy came from the dark match and the JR appreciation night that happened after the show, where he was actually honored. And our crowd embarrassed us.
Yeah,
I felt that our crowd was really embarrassing.
I think that they probably booked these shows a little bit. They're probably strategic with these shows in that when it's Oklahoma City, it's not going to be that great of a show, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean,
we got relegated to SmackDown in February.
Yeah.
We may or may not attend that.
Yeah. So, but the one thing we can give you is no Cena 2 times in a row.
Yep.
So
Oklahoma City has a Cena-free zone, so feel free to come if you don't want to watch Cena.
Yeah. Exactly. So, if you forgot, I'm DW, the Cavalier of the YWC.
And I am Chicago Ted, the heel of the YWC.
All right, so we'll give you guys the dark matches that happened for Superstar. Just real quick. It was the first match was Kidd versus Barrett. Probably 2 of my favorite guys.
Yeah, I love Wade Barrett. I don't know much about Tyson Kidd. Wade Barrett picks up the victory.
Definitely as a face is good. Yeah. Honestly, I thought that the crowd was really into that match. Surprisingly,
it was kind of surprising. Yeah, it was half empty, and they were still really into that match.
They were really into Tyson Kidd doing some impressive shots.
That's where I got kind of hopeful that our crowd would actually be energetic.
Unlike last time, but the next match proved us wrong because it was Otunga versus McGillicuddy, and that was just awful. That was the most dead the crowd was at the whole night.
I'll attribute to that, but I talked the entire match because I didn't care. I don't like Otunga as a just wrestler character. I really don't like him. And McGillicuddy, I haven't heard from since I lost the tag titles. So.
Yeah, so Otunga picked up the win. Who cares?
Yeah.
All right, so Raw opens up with a promo with
CM Punk.
That's right. And so overall, I think it was pretty good. We had a lot of guys come down. I think one of the highlights of the night was whenever Daniel Bryan came down, and then it was kind of funny Kane coming down and talking to him.
I thought it was kind of you knew who was going to come down, and then it was kind of played out. Yeah. And then finally AJ shut them all up and announced, what else? A tag match is the main event.
Yeah.
Not involving the newly starting to form division of tag teams, no. Just random singles thrown together again. The parody. And team friendship. Yeah. But
maybe Teddy Long was back there somewhere setting up the tag match. But anyway, it was...
you want this tag match? Holla at me, player.
Honestly, I don't think the segment was too bad. I think they could have done more with Ziggler. Because, he didn't do anything, really. He didn't say much.
No.
Vicky got some heel heat, legitimate heel heat. Because keep in mind, Oklahoma fans are as mainstream as they get. They aren't smarky. They aren't like an ECW crowd. They're the complete opposite of an ECW crowd. So they're going to cheer who WWE wants them to cheer, boo who they want them to boo, because there's so many
kids.
There
was really no... Yeah, there were no...
Yeah, there's
just mainstream fans.
Yeah, there were enough dumb people and young kids that they cheer John Cena and boo CM Punk.
Yeah.
That's what they
Even John Cena wasn't there, and he still got big pops from the advertisements they showed. Quit advertising WrestleMania. It happened. We understand. It's over. Get over it.
Yeah. So the first match was...
Okay, no. Bullshit all the WrestleMania advertisings. It's over.
Yeah. I agree very much. It's almost as bad as all the breast cancer awareness ads.
I'm not touching that one. We'll just move on.
Okay. So the first was a tag match with Reigns and Carr versus Primo and Epico, accompanied by Rosa Mendes. Rosa Mendes.
It was okay.
Rosa Mendes.
I'll be honest. I'm not a huge fan of... I like Mysterio. I'm not a huge fan of Sin Cara. I've heard he's kind of botchy and that he can't speak English well, so he can miss some spots.
Yeah, I'm glad.
But as a tag team, I don't know. High flyers don't excite me anymore.
I think I was thinking that too, but really,
Epico and Primo are just leftovers of the old terrible tag team division, which they're trying to refresh, and I appreciate that. Even though I'm not a huge fan of tag teams, they're finally trying to revamp it by giving that dysfunctional team friendship. Yeah, I'm calling them team friendship. I don't care what the fans picked.
Yeah. I know what you mean. I think that Sin Cara needs to work on his in-ring stuff, obviously. It was nice to see that Ray and Sin Cara are continuing their, friendship or their grouping together.
Yeah.
It's obviously probably going to, all come down to WrestleMania.
Okay.
And have a feud right there where Sin Cara will be put over.
If Sin Cara makes it that far, I could honestly see him being bumped down if he starts botching some more, or if he gets hurt again. He could be future endeavored.
Yeah, I don't
like he got hurt at Survivor Series.
I don't know. I think if we would have saw that, it would have been earlier. But
let's be honest, neither of those tag teams, Mysterio and Sin Cara won, but neither of them are going to win the number one contendership. So who cares?
I'm disappointed with the 4 luchadors that are in there. They probably could have done more with that kind of style because they can communicate with each other. They can just work. They know how to work that kind of style, that Mexican style. And they should have a different kind of match other than a WWE style. I understand they have to stick. They have limits, but I was instead of playing dress up like Rey Mysterio loves to do, where Sin Cara dresses Rey and Rey dresses Sin Cara, whatever. I don't care about that. I would much rather see a solid Mexican match that's different. That's a high flying, impactful match.
Mysterio's getting old, so he can't do that much anymore. And Sin Cara just isn't as good as he was in Mexican wrestling. Let's move on because we're running this long already.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so we had Brodus Clay versus Cesaro with the most dead match ever because no one ever...
Well, I mean, even I didn't care. Yeah. I don't know where Cesaro came from. I stopped watching for about a month, and here comes Cesaro with the pre-pay-per-view show title.
Yeah, pretty much. So,
and I don't like Brodus Clay.
Yeah.
He was hyped for so long to come out and be a kid's joke, to still not be in a legitimate storyline after 9 months. Yeah. Put him back on Superstars. Put Wade Barrett back on Raw. He did not deserve to have a slot on Raw just to get beat by the U.S. champion in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, but
terrible match.
Yeah, the match was terrible. I think that it almost seemed like it ended kind of weird. Like I turned around and the match.
Brodus Clay fell over. I couldn't tell if he was
legitimately injured.
Yeah, because we don't have the camera angles that they have at home.
Yeah, well, the Funkadactyls...
But he fell over. Yeah, they looked pretty worried.
Yeah,
he fell over.
I don't know if that was fake or not. I'm assuming it probably was because there was no EMTs out there, but it looks like
the ref was checking on him pretty good, so they were either selling it or
Yeah, then it came.
Either way, if he's injured, send him back to Superstars. Yeah. That's where the kids can enjoy him on YouTube.
Then there was a stupid segment with AJ and Caitlyn that no one cared about. It's impossible to hear in that arena. So the next match was Ryder versus Miz. What did you think about that?
I think that I was out at the souvenir stand looking for a decently priced souvenir.
Yeah.
Spoiler: there were none. I'm not paying $15 for a Santino Cobra arm thing.
Yeah.
Sorry, just not worth the money. And they didn't have the Damien Sandow Evolution shirt that I wanted, so I just didn't buy anything.
Yeah, that's pretty much the same sentiment
Miz
I
won.
share.
That's what I hear. That's what I heard from the intro music, but it sounded like the crowd didn't really care anyway.
Yeah, I was at the souvenir stand as well, so we didn't really care too much.
Zack Ryder is just, he's a commentator on Saturday Morning Slam. Correct me if I'm wrong.
God, I didn't know
and
that.
He should just. Well, I know who Santino Marella is, so he should just stay there. He's not really doing anything right now. Yeah, that's all right.
It's brutal, but almost. It's actually.
the internet champion.
It's almost as brutal as the next segment.
Which was that? You got
the debate.
I tried to go back to the stand for that.
Well, overall, I think it was a pretty bad segment. You had...
Yeah, it was terrible. I mean, we can pretty much just move on. It was the first of many Sheamus sightings on this Raw.
Yeah, I don't know why they ever do debate
Big Show walked away. Booker T proved that he had no business doing this. It was a waste of a segment. Let's wrap that up.
Yeah. I mean,
it was something I'd like to forget.
To me, it's a waste of all of those talents. Honestly, I think the Sheamus Big Show feud is a good idea. Put Sheamus out, get someone that actually looks like he could beat Sheamus. But I mean that segment was terrible. Yeah. So next thing was Tenzai versus Ryback, and then actually, which is a good match to see, that we've already seen before.
Yeah, but this one was botch-filled
It
goodness.
was bad.
Ryback couldn't pick up Tensai twice, failed at it, and then finally threw him against the ropes, gave him a hard clothesline.
Yeah, it was. Man, that was 2 botches. I don't know if how badly that got picked up, but it was brutal. So, but the next thing was a Rhodes Scholars promo, which
Oh, yes.
which I'm always a fan of.
Yeah.
You know, Damien
Hopefully
Sandow.
next tag team champions.
Yeah, I supported Damien Sandow in FCW, and last time we went to a live event. Last time we went to a live event, Damien Sandow was working a dark match, and actually I didn't have a sign. I was gonna make a sign, but I messed it up, and so
That was funny.
Yeah, okay. Long story short, but so I was gonna make a sign for him, but I was like the one person that stood up when he told everyone that he needs to stand up in honor of Sandow last time. I'm a big Sandow supporter, and seeing him in this grouping with Cody Rhodes, that's great, which was not the same as the Divas match, which was Eve versus Beth.
Did we watch that? We did watch that. It timed out at 2 minutes and 37 seconds.
Yeah, it went on 2 minutes too long.
Yes, it did.
Maybe 2 minutes 37 seconds too long.
Scrap the Divas division. We've been saying this for months.
Yeah.
Even Beth Phoenix is getting ready to leave. Maybe to go to TNA. I don't know that TNA is even doing anything with their Divas division. I just started watching it for the first time in like 6 months.
Yeah, Beth is rumored to leave, which wouldn't surprise me, and I don't blame her. So, yeah, no surprise there. But it's no surprise to see Eve go over. Let's see. So
she's got the title for the next 8 months or until they scrap the division.
Yeah. Then there was a stupid segment with AJ and Barrett, and actually, I was happy to see Barrett actually get a little bit of mic time.
Raw.
Maybe hinting that he might get some kind of push for something, anything at this point would be good. I hate his finisher.
I want
his music sucks. His old music was great.
They're really fucking him up.
Yeah, I mean, okay, his old entrance music was perfect. His old finisher, The Wasteland, was perfect, and they ruined it.
Like he got an injury, so he came back. It wasn't a head injury.
Yeah, and he came back with this new gimmick of knocking people out, and he's still wearing wrestling trunks. It's kind of a joke. Actually, it's not kind of. It's a joke. So it's very silly.
I mean, I guess he's a British brawler now. I don't understand why he didn't just come back with his old, after injury.
Yeah.
He was fine. They keep tooling. I mean, he had a shot at the title around WrestleMania, but he got injured, and now it looks like he's closer to being future endeavored than a title.
Yeah, I agree with that. But hopefully,
which is sad because he's a waste. That's a waste of talent.
Yeah, I'm hoping maybe we see something at the Rumble, maybe something down the road. I mean, in the future, from this guy, because he's still, fairly young. He has time.
Send him to Impact. I'd like to see him on TNA.
Okay, Job Squad versus Santino, or whatever their name is. Heath Slater,
who cares?
Jinder Mahal, and Drew McIntyre.
Another awful match where the crowd made absolutely no noise. I talked in a normal volume about here, and everyone around me could hear me. It was... I mean, I understand. Santino is pointless. He's for the children. And, they were called the Job Squad for a reason.
Yeah, we don't actually know if they're called the Job Squad.
Well, they are now, damn it. We're naming them the Job Squad.
Yeah, the Job Squad was out there. And, it was... That's like the one stable to ever form in Oklahoma. It kind of makes us look bad. Makes a lot of WWE. All right, so Sheamus versus Sandow.
You deserve to look bad. Okay.
Match of the night.
5-star match of the night right there.
I mean, it wasn't 5-star, but it,
no, I mean, if you have
overall.
to give 5-star to a match of the night.
Yeah, I'm not going to say the match of the year or anything, but it was...
I wouldn't even be willing to say match of the week if SmackDown has a good match.
Yeah.
But, I mean, come on. I'm sick of seeing Sheamus get the hell beat out of him and kick out at a 1 count.
Yeah.
He's not Superman. He's not John Cena.
They're
Even though you're trying to build him to be.
They're booking him like that.
And it's just, I mean, are you trying to get everyone to hate Sheamus now, too? It's like Damien Sandow
They're doing a good job of it.
throws him out of the ring, beats the crap out of him, even jumped from the audience, or the crowd, over the wall to attack Sheamus, did his finisher, and still barely got the 2 count.
Yeah.
But I'm glad to see Sandow get a push.
Yeah, honestly, they made Sandow look really good in this match by, he really, I mean, by WWE standards, he should be lower in the card just because they take forever for them to get a push. But it seems like him and Ryback, not Brodus Clay or Cesaro.
Build for the future.
Yeah, but they're building 2 guys that are legitimate, a heel and a face that could be really big in the future. So I see big things for Sandow, especially when he. When WWE books him in this match.
I'm going to call it right now. Rhodes Scholars, new tag team champions.
I think it's too early for the new tag team championship, but I think down the road, definitely.
Well, they're going to be the next tag team champions. I don't see why. I mean, dude, Kane and Daniel Bryan are fine alone. You can't just. The only time this is the only time it's okay to throw together singles partners willy nilly is that because they're trying to rebuild the division with dysfunction with the titles.
Yeah.
So everyone's forming a tag, stables.
Yeah.
Primetime players.
And I'm gonna look at.
That's all I can think of.
I mean, yeah, I understand what you're saying. There's quite a bit of them. I mean, obviously, Reigns and Carr have some things together, but yeah, primetime players are a good example. Both really. I mean, both the tag teams in this match Damien Sandow and Cody Rhodes are a good example of that.
Yeah, I mean, they will work together.
Kane
well
and
as
Daniel Bryan are a good example of that, and so they only have like 8 tag teams. Okay, Santino and Ryder is a good example.
No,
it's like,
they're never a good example
yeah,
for anything.
well, okay, they're a good example of being a tag team that doesn't make sense together.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So 4 tag teams out of the 8
Ryder's...
tag teams that are in the division, technically, are all just kind of thrown together. But let's look past that because
give Sandow the tag
at least they're
titles
doing something with the tag teams.
And then he can betray Cody Rhodes later and have him pushed for the IC or even the World Heavyweight.
Yeah.
Over on SmackDown.
And we'll see. We'll definitely see. So it's a JR Appreciation Night.
Mm-hmm.
They've been advertising all night, and finally it happened, and didn't last very long.
I gotta say, it was kind of a letdown. I knew CM Punk was gonna come out and, just mess it all up, but...
Yeah. It was honestly, I think it was a pretty good segment.
You thought it was a good segment?
Yeah, I was just glad not to see John Cena. I think that overall, I thought it was...
John Cena was going to come out. I honestly thought it was more likely Mick Foley was going to come out and do a This Is Your Life skit.
Well, I was happy to just see them talk, and I think that, it's
the
built...
only good thing the entire segment garnered, was a legitimate, they're starting to build legitimacy towards Ryback v. Punk. Maybe even building towards a Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah,
I would love to see Ryback in Hell in a Cell match.
I personally think it's a little early. Give him a mid-card title, or give him some actual meaningful matches or feuds before they throw the title on him. I think that
they did it with Sheamus, and Sheamus seems to be fine.
You know what? I could see him winning the Rumble, but I can't see him being the World Heavyweight Championship.
Can we at least have him in the match? He doesn't have to win it.
I think it's too early. Really.
I mean, desperate times call for desperate measures.
Honestly, Who
would you send in there then?
I know you're going to hate me for saying this. I'd rather see him fight Cena because just storyline makes sense.
But he's legitimately injured. Who would you put in there, though?
Yeah,
Cena's injured. You need someone for Hell in a Cell. Who are you going to put in?
They've said he'll be fine before the next pay-per-view. As long as he's fine by the next pay-per-view, put him in there.
So put him in for the pay-per-view after Hell in a Cell.
I believe that's the Rumble. I'd be wrong with that.
No,
that's not
there's
the Rumble.
November and December, you nerd. I think it's Survivor Series.
Yeah, I'm wrong. Yeah. I think there's like 3 pay-per-views before that. Okay,
yeah.
Whatever. Well, yeah, I understand.
I understand not giving him the title, but who else would you put in there to sub for Cena if he can't go? Because you can't build a feud for Cena that's not even there.
But really, the big picture in this is you have to keep this in mind. Is they're really just it's really whoever they want to go against The Rock, because The Rock is going to fight fight the champion at the Royal Rumble.
Hey guys, I'm done shooting Tooth Fairy 4. Can I get a title shot?
So,
hey, why not? You're The Rock.
So if they're going to have Cena get the title, then they're going to have another Cena Rock 2 and Cena Rock 3.
Oh, dude, I will vomit.
So hopefully it'll be either Punk versus Rock, or for some reason, which I don't see this happening, Rock versus Ryback, which is not going to happen. But if it happened, it'd be the biggest push for Ryback's character ever, and they'd put a rocket up his butt and shoot him, wherever they want. But
all I'm saying is Ryback in the Hell in a Cell match, fine. They give him the title, I'll be happy.
Well,
if they don't give him the title, I'll still be glad he went to the main event match.
Yeah, but
you still haven't answered. Who else could you put in there? Because Ziggler's got his. I don't want Ziggler in there because he's got that Money in the Bank briefcase. If he won it and had Money in the Bank, that would just be.
I wish he could use that briefcase for the WWE title shot. I don't understand why it has to be restricted.
He doesn't. I've never heard it have to be restricted.
I've never heard the word restricted, but I've heard him say he's going to be the world champion 100 times. So maybe
he's on both shows. He can use it on either one.
It'd be nice.
If he used it to, at this point, I would be fine with Ziggler. as a champion. Anybody but Punk. Punk's held it too long.
Yeah. Well, I think Punk should hold it a little bit longer. Let's have him have it a year. May as well.
Since you're those close, I guess.
Rock versus Punk. I'd love to see it.
Ugh.
Okay, so
I'm sick of The Rock coming back and just getting shit handed to him.
Yeah. Del Rio versus Kofi.
I hate Alberto Del Rio. I hate Kofi Kingston. I ran to the souvenir stand again.
Okay, I was at the souvenir stand too, but listen to me, all right? There was a Nickelback song playing. Okay,
so you could be excused.
Yes,
for that.
so I left. I don't like Nickelback. I hate Nickelback. Unfortunately, I miss my man Kofi. I think he could be a big thing. Del Rio, I mean,
yeah,
I could go either way really with him.
Hello.
So I didn't really
Yeah.
watch the match, but it ended very
What were you gonna
quickly, and Del Rio apparently got the win.
Yeah.
I think, and so.
We're wrapping it up.
All right. So then, last match is
Right.
Team Hell No versus
Team Friendship.
What? Team
I
Friendship.
don't care. They rigged the vote.
Okay. All right. Are you done here? All right.
Done with what? No, they rigged the vote.
All right. Team. Yeah, I understand that. Team Friendship versus Punk and Ziggler.
As far as tag matches go, we throw together singles partners. It was okay.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense.
Well, you neglected to say that there was a special guest referee, AJ Lee,
yeah.
who ended up throwing out
Man, she looked good.
Heyman and Vicky, who Ziggler walked out, who they dominated.
I hated the end. I mean, overall the match was pretty fun. It was good. I really enjoyed Team Friendship or whatever. I liked what they're doing, and I think they really need to milk that as much as they can. But I hated seeing Ziggler leave or chase Vicky down. It makes him look crap. It makes him look like crap. And then Punk lose to Kane. What kind of ending is that? I mean,
it was
I
a
could
handicap match.
I can understand that, but they didn't really even play it out like Punk is defending himself against two guys. They should have done that. They should have had Punk.
Dude, it was like 10:04 when it happened.
Yeah, I understand. Well,
There's a reason I said that you don't put singles partners together in tag matches. It just degrades to terrible chaos and bad endings.
all right, so let's talk about. So overall, what would you give this Raw?
2.5 since I paid cash for it. We paid to go, and I'm going to give it a lower rating because if I was at home, I could have just turned it off.
Okay. Well, I'm going to give it. I was going to give it a 4 out of 10, but I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10.
What?
Hear me out. 2 reasons. Okay, automatic. I believe I did this in the last time. It was in Oklahoma City. I raised it a point for just because of Cena not being there, and I'm going to also raise it a point because after the show we got some pretty good things. All right, so
Sheamus Punk is not a good dark match.
Okay.
That's an embarrassment. No.
I didn't care about it. I didn't care about it.
No, I'm gonna finish this. Sheamus came out for the debate. He came out for his match against Sandow. He came out for some other reason, didn't he?
I believe he had a promo or two.
He came out for something else. And then he came out for the dark match. Why is WWE using the dark match to push a champion versus champions match on us? The dark match is meant to be for developmental guys,
I don't know.
where people people on the roster without a storyline to come out and have an exhibition match for the fans. The two world champions don't need to be in the dark match. That was a waste of a dark match.
I agree. Obviously, it was supposed to be just covering for Cena, and so they had to kind of scramble a little bit. But here's my problem with that. My real problem is that I don't have a problem with champion versus champion. I just have a problem with the champions. I don't think Sheamus and Punk should be treated the exact same. I don't think that these ridiculously long title reigns are giving other people opportunities to really shine. We could have given the championship to Del Rio or Ziggler by now a couple times or something to have some excitement, because you go in these pay-per-views and you expect, if you pay money, which, a lot of people don't pay money just because of this, there's no excitement. It's predictable.
Yeah.
The titles that change hands are like the Divas division, which is dead, or the Tag Team Champions, which is just now becoming relevant again. So let's see.
Well, I mean, no titles have changed hands on Raw in God knows how long. They all change hands on pay-per-views.
Yeah,
That's boring.
Yeah.
Bring back smaller titles. Bring back the middle head.
And even that, the titles don't even change. The titles that matter, the world title and the WWE title.
What? If I pay
listen, they
25
don't change at all until the big pay-per-views
Big
like Rumble or WrestleMania. It's bull crap.
Bring back the cruiserweight. Bring back the light heavyweight.
This is all it is. All right.
Bring back the cruiserweight. Bring back the light heavyweight. and God forbid Linda McMahon lose her Senate bid, she brings back the hardcore.
So let's talk about the positives of tonight. All right, which was the very end of the show. The
JR
continuation,
got a true appreciation.
yeah, the continuation of JR's appreciation night, which it blows my mind that this was not televised. I have no idea why. It was great to see.
Sheamus got in on it. All the entire roster except for CM Punk. I couldn't see him in there.
So
Came out and gave him a standing ovation.
So the first man that came out was Sheamus, I
Yeah,
believe. And
Sheamus just started it all.
yeah, he kind of just kicked it off because he was already there. He won in the match against CM Punk because Punk got disqualified. So he and he's a face, obviously. So he introduced the first guy, which was none other than
Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
Mac.
Yeah, Vinnie Mac came out to Oklahoma. He gave a nice little speech, kind of just honoring JR, talking
Let's
about his
speed through
career.
this a little bit. We're getting way long.
It was
Triple
great.
H did the same. Came out. Next out was Triple H. Did the same. Gave a nice little speech to JR about his career.
Yeah, then the next was legend Danny Hodge and legend Cowboy Bill Watts, which
I'll be honest, I don't know who they are. I'm not going to pretend. I don't know who they
There's
are.
an audience for that, for old school fans that are hardcore, but
And then the
I don't really
entire
know some of
roster
those
came
guys.
out, except for CM Punk that I could see. Gave
Yeah.
him a standing ovation.
also Bob Stoops, the head coach of OU, which that's the theme song he uses.
Gave a video speech.
Yeah, on the Titantron.
Stone Cold Steve Austin was not in attendance and did not give a speech. King also gave a
That's right.
pre-recorded congratulations to JR. Austin did not give a pre-recorded congratulations. He didn't show up. I was kind of surprised that
I wasn't
Austin
surprised,
had
but
nothing to do with it.
but
I mean, even via satellite, pre-recorded message, nothing.
I think if they would have done that, they would have done it on the live broadcast.
Dude, they referenced Austin so many times that it was pretty much just a cock tease not to get him.
Yeah, I think it might just be okay. Yeah, I understand, but I think it's just because it's very well teasing Punk versus Austin at WrestleMania. It's very well teasing that, and so that's what I hope to see. But
Couldn't have brought him out. Couldn't have put him on a live satellite message and said, "I'm coming for you,"
a little early for that.
or just have congratulations, JR.
I don't want to see another long WrestleMania feud where the guy's not going to be on TV and Punk's going to have the championship going against these random jobber contenders because we know he's going to have the championship that whole time. So I'm happy with him holding it out and kind of waiting for the WrestleMania feud. But whatever, Punk has said he wants to go against Austin. So that's pretty much our thoughts on today's Raw. It was some BS, but
Terrible! I can't believe I paid $25 for my ticket.
it had some decent moments. I'm not going home disappointed. Not going home ecstatic. I was really happy to see Vinnie Mac.
Yeah, that was nice, and he looked really good. No gray in the hair. Looked really spry. Looked almost like he did in the Attitude Era.
Yeah,
Like he could pull that schedule again if he had to.
I saw some gray hairs, but it's all right.
Whatever.
All right,
Wrong
so
with you.
this has been our review, guys. Sorry we've been gone. To break kayfabe a little bit, we do live kind of far away from each other.
A couple towns away from each
Yeah,
other.
Chicago Ted lives about 20 minutes from me, so driving.
And he bought a truck because he's an idiot, so gas mileage is terrible.
To and fro is kind of hard to go filming wise, and so we're going to be more consistent coming back. If we have to do some Skype or a little bit of Google, whatever.
Google Plus Hangout.
Google Plus Hangout. It'll be.
We will start putting out regular shows.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. So it's
We'll start
definitely.
doing SmackDown interviews after a couple weeks once we get back into the TNA. Because I have no idea what's going on that show.
Yeah.
I know Aces and Eights looks interesting, but I have no idea what's going on.
There's some promising storylines there, I think.
So once I get a couple
feuds.
weeks into the TNA, we can discuss that. Definitely going to start doing a SmackDown show.
It'll be with
Raw
you
shows will
pay-per-views.
probably be live together.
Yeah.
But the others will probably Google Hangout. Yeah, and pay-per-views will probably be Google Plus Hangout too.
Yeah. So we're just gonna kind of try to keep the direction going for High Five Wrestling, and
We promise we won't have any more 6-month lapses in videos. That was a lapse in judgment.
We do apologize.
from High Five Wrestling.
all right. So we've been High Five Wrestling, and we will high five you later.